command move forward with their...
All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I want to touch on this video that you see on the screen right here. All right, and I wrote a few things down, a few points that I want to touch, and I'll grab a few presets, play this video, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right, now this is a news update on what's happening right now over there in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East. All right, now, let's lock it. Now, as you heard, the Strait of Hormuz is closed by Iran. Now then, the U.S. imposed a blockade on the close of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, what does that mean? They don't want any ship now to go in or out. First, Iran said they're going to let passage to any ship that fuck with them. United States blocked it and said, well, we're not going to let anybody come in and out. Well, China issued a statement max a week ago telling the United States, I don't give a fuck what you and Iran got going on, but our deal is our deal, and it's not going to be imposed on. So what did the United States just do to save face and as like a cover-up mission to try to actually open up the Straits of Hormuz? Well, they did something called Operation American Freedom, which they are now saying projected freedom. But this is what? The escorting of other nations' cargo ships through the Straits of Hormuz and try to grant them safe passage. But really, the United States just wants to try to strategically, get a spot or open it up, or try to drag somebody else into the war as well. We know it's all a plot, a plan, a ploy. All right, but that's what they're doing right now. But Iran said, well, this whole thing, they remapped it. They said, if you want to get through the Straits of Hormuz, you have to follow their stipulations and their protocols. And you will have to pay a due. Okay, you will have to pay $1 to $2 million, whatever they throw at you, that fee to cross and use the Straits of Hormuz. They remapped it and they dubbed it. I don't know what they dubbed it, but you know how America dubbed the Gulf of Mexico, now the Gulf of America? Well, they did the same thing. So they're saying they're laying claim to that. All right. So now we have all hell breaking loose over there. Ships being attacked, U.S. ships being attacked. They while U.S. denies it, Iran is saying, yep, we hit them. We hit their ship. Not just they hit a U.S. ship, they also destroyed a pipeline that was used in case the Straits of Hormuz got closed. They hit that pipeline in the UAE. Okay? They just hit that pipeline. So now that 100 million barrels, which is, it could move 100 million barrels a day. That's now hitting up in flames, okay? And you can go to Iran's X account or Twitter account, and you can see the actual picture. So that they actually got proof of that. All right. So right now we are seeing escalation and war breaking loose over there in the Middle East. Let's get Matthew 24:4 first. This is Matthew 24:4, and we read. Slakia 24:6 and 7, and we read, and ye shall hear of wars. I'm gonna just get 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. That's right. It said wars and rumors of wars. We are seeing wars happen right now, not just with the United States that's drug into this war with Iran because of Israel. They're all locking ass in war. But we're seeing Ukraine and Russia actually in war right now. And then we hear rumors of war of Taiwan about to be invaded by China. And America will have to get into that too. We hear rumors of war that America is about to invade Greenland. Greenland and Cuba. All right. So we got prophecy jumping off for the page, man. But guess what? The end is not yet, man. The end is not yet. All right. We got some more coming down this pipeline. All right. So hold on. Good. All right. Now, to touch on this oil real quick, a lot of people don't know that this oil is really getting affected, man. Your gas prices is really going to be affected because of the Straits of Hormuz was responsible for 20% of the Earth's crude, all right? And Canal Suez, which just got shut down, was responsible for 12%. So that's a combined 32%. America is feeling that right now. They are over the $100 threshold for barrels per oil. All right. I think the last one I saw was like $111, $112 per barrel. All right. Just, I would say in February, it was, let me see, I have it written down here somewhere. It was $64 a barrel. Now we're looking at $105 to $111, $112 a barrel, which is projected mid-May to hit about 130 plus. Now, to make this more clear, each $10 on a barrel of oil, right, is 25 cents. So let's say if you used to pay $2.91 for gas, right? And now the barrel and that $2.91 for gas was off of $64 per barrel. If that increases to $150 per barrel, you'd be roughly paying $2.25 more. All right, $2.25 more. Do you see that? So effectively, you will be paying almost half more, double. So, actually, you'll be almost paying double, not half. So what will happen is if you usually take 50 to fill your tank up, you'll be almost putting a whole another 50 in there. Let's say you put a good 90 in there now. See, that's ridiculous. Now, where's people going to get that? And they're struggling already. And then they're putting more ethanol in the gas. And ethanol is what? Created by corn. Well, Straits of Hormuz is closed. And they need fertilizer too. Because it's not just crude oil that comes past there. It's fertilizers. And so you have a bunch of farmers blowing the whistle saying that they don't have enough fertilizer to even do what they do. So you have people blowing the whistle for famine, man. And they're talking about global famine. Not just the projected famine that's supposed to happen in a few months in America through hyperinflation. We're talking about a global famine. All right? Let's get 1 Thessalonians 5:3, and then we're going to play this video. And I'm going to hop on this road. I just got off the plantation. I know they probably looking at me like, what the hell? I just hopped in the car and just sat here for whatever. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, and we read, for when they shall say peace and safety, and our people are saying peace and safety right now. All our people, man, they're not even worried about anything. Motherfuckers just got done fucking for spring break. All right, you hear the music in the background. The motherfuckers setting up they next play right now without a care in the world. Cars going by. What the brothers say? Birds chirping. See, everything is just normal, right? People are saying peace and safety. Oh, well, we got it. We got it over there. Iran, they ain't fucking with us. We'll get in and out in no time. What's going to happen, though? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's right. So sudden destruction is going to come upon you. You're right. Your life is going to be uprooted here. All right. These events that's taking place is going to turn your world upside down. All right. Just like you see right here, it's all lovely. All right. That's going to be the total opposite in a little bit, man. All right. The scriptures talk about how you're going to be beefing with your neighbor, man. How the Lord is going to have neighbors hating each other, man. That's how bad it's going to get up down here, man. All right. Sudden destruction. And like a woman has contractions, and those contractions come what? Out of the blue. They come all of a sudden. All right. And when you become late in the trimester, like the third trimester, they become more violent and more frequently. But they still come unexpectedly, though. You don't know when they're going to come. All right. So just like that woman is getting them contractions, that's how the trouble going to come. And guess what? Just how she can't escape those labor pains, you will not be able to escape your destruction if you do not repent, man. So you're saying peace and safety now, but all hell can break loose. They're talking about cyber attacks that'll knock all your electrical grid out, basically turn this whole thing into bring this whole thing back into the Stone Age, a grid down situation. All right? They're talking about banks being hacked. All of a sudden, an event can happen that can render, this lifestyle that you think you was living and you was enjoying so much, it's just nothing. All right? But anyway, with no further ado, I'm about to play this video and get on this road. All right. So with that.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is...
Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me.
5th, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival's Red Alert News. Hours before U.S. Central Command moved forward with their launch of Project Freedom, which many people is saying is actually called Project Freedom, as America projects freedom on the rest of the world. This happened in the Strait of Hormuz. A confrontation hours before underscored just how fragile these shipping lanes have become. A northbound bulk carrier intercepted roughly 11 nautical miles west of Iran. According to a report, they say that warning messages were issued out to them. The vessel's master described this encounter as an attack by the Iranians. The crew was not injured. There was no damage reported environmentally, but tracking data suggests that ships like this Liberian-flagged ship went dark at the exact same moment in time and location of this incident. Now, Iranian state outlets denied that this attack occurred. Instead, they claimed that the vessel was stopped for routine documentation, not a taxation or $1 million tax. Now, they said they wanted to check what officials call the Hormuz Management Plan, a framework that was codified in March. That explanation might sound like common procedure, but it signals something much more dangerous. History gives us a revealing parallel. For centuries, Denmark controlled a strait by enforcing a full customs regime. Ships were required to stop. They had to...
Now, Iran is saying that they're not doing that. Well, the news is that they are. They're stopping these ships. They're inspecting them. Well, they already stopped and inspected the ship, and they're saying, well, we didn't really do that, like charge them or anything like that. Well, I remember hearing that that's exactly what they were doing, like charging a fee. And that's when Trump was like, hey, man, if they charging the fee, we ain't doing that. And he had something to say about that. So, hey.
Have their declared cargo inspected, and they had to pay a tax under the threat of force. This system was known as sound dues.
यहाँ सिर्फ विदेश में रहने वाले इंडियन ही हैं। लाइव रूम में सब मिलकर अपनी ओवरसीज लाइफ शेयर कर सकते हैं।
The hell was that?
Dude.
But yeah, well, you see, Iran already came out and said that they want people to start paying for oil in the Chinese yuan, not the American dollar no more. So, hey, you see that's look, United States, this war is on like popcorn, man. All right, that's one thing that he don't like you fucking with, and that's his money. All right, this shit on like popcorn. He was drugged into this war, and now he can't get out. All right, but I'm gonna play the rest of this. Well, up until, an extent.
Well, it was an assertion of sovereign control over a critical maritime choke point, just like the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Iran's current position on the Strait of Hormuz is a striking resemblance to this. That framework appears to be the visible layer, while we see interception, interdiction, and threats of violence on the outside of the layer. At the same moment, the United States is asserting our own naval superiority through Project Freedom. This is aimed at guaranteeing open navigation for commercial vessels. This is a direct conflict with Iran's competing system based on the freedom of passage. The legal situation is not clear-cut. Iran has not ratified the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Aspects are showing a very plausible legal similarity to what is happening in piracy all over the world. Folks, I want to go ahead and dive right into some of what we have happening around the country today, around the world. We have the United Arab Emirates. The Ministry of Defense has said that their air defense systems engaged at least 12 Iranian ballistic missiles, 3 Iranian cruise missiles, and 4 UAVs. Iran knew what they were doing. They went after that pipeline like we talked about in this morning's broadcast.
You see, that pipeline is responsible for 100 million barrels of oil a day.
The United Arab Emirates has moved all their school systems online. I want to remind you that Iran did the same thing because they're prepared for this not to be over. They know that this is going to be a month.
Salakia, I don't believe it's 100 million. I believe it's just 1 million.
Long campaign in the best of all scenarios. That is, unless the United States of America wisens up to the fact that China is looking at us right now and saying, if you can't even take Iran, there's no way you can take us on.
Yep.
So China is watching. While they watch us deplete our own munitions capabilities, we are pulling back from South Korea. We're pulling...
Yep. They're pulling back from South Korea and all their other allies to take the weapons that they are like THAAD systems, missile defense systems that they were supposed to deploy over there, which are deployed over there to help protect them. They're now pulling back on them and giving them to Israel. All right. Salakia, I'm distracted, yo. Every time you cut the camera on, it's always got to be a demon out here, man, to distract you. Especially when you're in transit, man. But anyway, right. You got Iran. They looking. I mean, China, they looking. And not just they looking, they are ready to strike, which they said already that they are going to cyber attack the United States. And the FBI blew the whistle on the cyber attack being so bad that it's going to be like a grit down situation. So 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. When you say peace and safety, sudden destruction. If a massive cyber attack happened, man, that's over with, bro. All right? Just let you know, if a massive cyber attack happens and it's a grit down situation, in 1 week to 2 weeks, it'll be all hell breaking loose in the hood, man. Give it a month, shit, you be talking about full throttle cannibalism. Shit.
Back our munitions capabilities from the Philippines. We're taking some from other countries. We're preparing to lock down the United States of America with National Guard forces. They've just ran operations of a cyber attack here in the USA in which a complete...
What'd I just say? Let's look, wait, I'm gonna listen to that. Hold on.
We're taking some from other countries. We're preparing to lock down the United States of America with National Guard forces. They've just ran operations of a cyber attack here in the USA in which a complete blackout will take place. No communication. You won't be calling your family. Ooh. No text messages. Nothing will happen. Law enforcement will be pulled back.
Hey, a grid down situation, man. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, man. You gotta love it. All right? A perfect scenario for them to bring that MOTB too. And when they do, which they already pushing it for real, what you camps gonna do out there, man? It's already being pushed. Run and tell that.
To just protect critical infrastructure. They won't come to your house because they're going to make sure that the local electrical stations are manned and guarded so that one-way attack drones can be shot down, or people trying to attack them physically can be attacked in return. Defense of local infrastructure and the continuity of government are supreme over law enforcement's need to try and keep you and your family safe.
Well, that was pretty much it. I just reached my destination. I hope that was edifying. Hope you can take something from it. This was just a brief news update on what's happening right now. Shoot. Hey, I had this video planned on the plantation. Boom, before I get off, I forgot. It just hit me right now. I saw the headline before I got off that said, the United States backs off. Right, so this Operation Projected Freedom, hey, they already got bitched. So hey, how about that? But anyway, hope it was edifying. Hope you can take something from this. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.